Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It kind of scares me a little bit because I thought like this was a safer neighborhood to live in, being like by 3 college campuses. So it just is kind of unnerving.
Some neighbors say it's a shock. Others say it's not a surprise after police put 3 men behind bars during a drug bust this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Mike has the evening off. Moorhead police found meth, marijuana, $10,000 in cash, and a gun at a home just blocks away from the MSU Moorhead campus. Now, police arrested these men, Mark Longoria, Randy Hernandez, and Jose Granados, all being held on controlled substance charges. Valley News Team's Macy Enger talked with police about what neighbors should keep an eye out for in their own backyards.
It's described by Kevin Zepper as a quiet street to live on.
You used to know your neighbors a bit more. Now, you know, we're all busy.
I think it's shocking.
It is a little surprising.
So hearing about a drug bust along 13th Street South in Moorhead caused him and many others to be concerned. But for those living within view of this home, it's a different story.
Just a lot of strange cars coming and going all hours of the night. People going in 1s and 2s or meeting out on the street.
Several neighbors on this block were fearful to go on camera, but they told us they've seen suspicious activity up and down this street. They say they're surprised it went on for so long.
When they're in a residential area and they're committing this type of crime, we want to try to address it as timely as we can.
Moorhead police say arresting 3 men and seizing $10,000 in value of drugs has been part of a lengthy investigation that's still ongoing.
Things to be looking for would be stop and go traffic that doesn't seem consistent with visiting, or anything else that kind of stands out.
Officers do credit the neighborhood for calling in their concerns and say it's something everyone should do.
What do? Well, we have lights on at night and you lock your doors and that's it. And if something is out of the ordinary, well, you call the police.
For Zepper, it's a matter of being aware, and he believes it will go back to being a quiet street. In Moorhead, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
Moorhead police have not released if the men who were actually arrested live in that home, but they do say more arrests are possible, and they're continuing to investigate. A man is on the loose after his plans to rob a local Dairy Queen didn't go quite as you may have expected. The woman working threw the cash register at him. Around 10:30 last night, police say a man went in through the back door of the Dairy Queen in Dilworth, Minnesota. He demanded money, and that's when the woman working refused to give him any, and they started fighting. Friends of the woman say she is doing okay, but she's pretty beat up.
I mean, they got into a fist fight. You know how people say you're supposed to give in? She's like, no, sorry. I mean, they were scratching and he was hitting her. I mean, like I told you, she got a black eye and she got cuts in her shoulder. I think he broke her collarbone.
Police are still looking for the man. He's described as 20 years old, possibly Hispanic, with dark hair, unshaven face, wearing a blue and white flannel shirt and blue jeans. The father of slain journalist Allison Parker took his first steps to fight the gun lobby just 2 weeks after his daughter was murdered on live television. He was joined by hundreds of others like him, like the Phillips, who lost their daughter after the Aurora movie theater shooting. Now they are fighting for background checks because right now they say it's too easy to get a gun, telling lawmakers they'll vote them out of office if they don't vote for stiffer background checks. But North Dakota Congressman Kevin Kramer called these situations isolated incidents and says they're taken out of context. Ralliers say Congress should be focused on keeping guns out of the wrong hands. 5 Minnesota family members, 2 adults, and 3 children were all found dead inside a home on Lake Minnetonka this afternoon after an apparent murder-suicide. Officers from the South Lake Minnetonka Police Department responded to a welfare check at this home located in the city of Greenwood, a Twin Cities suburb. Authorities are calling it a complex crime scene as the investigation will take some time to complete. The bodies were found by police who responded to a call after the husband's co-worker became concerned when he didn't show up for work.
Officers responded to the residence on Channel Drive in Greenwood and unfortunately found an entire family of 5 deceased. It's an apparent murder-suicide. There's not a threat to the community. There are children involved. There are 3 juveniles. One of the catalysts for the call was they hadn't been in school for the last 2 days.
Police would not release the ages of the children or the manner of death. Well, a branch of the Department of Energy conducted a report recently confirming what lawmakers in Washington were already thinking. Exporting U.S. oil can help the economy. Our Washington Bureau reporter Peter Zampa talked with a couple of lawmakers and a chief contributor to that report, and he has more.
The Energy Information Administration is an independent branch of the Department of Energy meant to conduct studies with no political agenda. Their recent report on the effects of eliminating oil export restrictions sent a shockwave through Capitol Hill. Lynn Westphal is the Director of Energy Markets and Financial Analysis at the EIA. He thinks their report came out at the perfect time, while the debate is heating up on Capitol Hill.
It says basically that lifting the restrictions on crude oil doesn't do any harm, and it may do a little good.
The nonpartisan nature of the administration adds a neutral voice to the discussion.
I think it adds credibility to the debate, and I think will be a convincing factor for a lot of them.
The report shows that repealing the export ban created in the 1970s will add hundreds of thousands of jobs and keep oil prices the same, if not drive them down. Congressman Henry Cuellar is pushing legislation through the House to repeal the ban.
Countries can import oil into our country, but we cannot export oil out of our country. It just doesn't make sense.
We can assist our friends and allies throughout the world in providing a source of crude oil that comes from a country that believes in democracy.
In Washington, Peter Zampa, Valley News Live.
Now, Cuellar and Heitkamp think that they'll have an easier time convincing their Democratic colleagues now that the EIA has come out with that report. That being said, Cuellar's bill was discussed in the House Energy Committee earlier today, and there is still some Democratic opposition. We can't afford another war. That is the message dozens tried to send as they stood on Veterans Memorial Bridge holding signs, flags, and waving to passing drivers. The Moorhead Move On group hosted a silent protest in support of the Iran nuclear deal. Several who came out are also members of Peace for Veterans. It's all part of a national movement to pressure party leaders to support the deal. It was a very, very special night for a Moorhead mother and many disabled children and families in our region after that passionate mother took action to include people with mobility issues in the Red River Valley. Christine Hamry launched a local chapter of Ainsley's Angels of America. It's a nonprofit that uses adaptive racing chairs called Chariots so people with special needs can take part in community running events like this one. Tonight, the first event kicked off at the CCRI Superhero 5K Run.
We truly are a family-centered organization, and I think when the community comes out and brings their families with, it shows that we are in the heart of the community and that people want to be a part of what we're doing.
This is the first chapter of Ainsley's Angels in Minnesota and North Dakota. To find out more information about this local chapter, all you have to do is click on this story on valleynewslive.com. Well, tomorrow, Sanford Health is hosting their big annual 61 for 61 Radiothon to help raise money for the Roger Maris Cancer Center. The Radiothon will be happening from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Fox 107.9. When the Radiothon starts, you can donate by calling the donation hotline at 701-478-6161. There are several other events happening tomorrow and Saturday. For a full list, just go to valleynewslive.com and click on the story on our homepage.
Valley